हेलो बच्चों, वेलकम टू आवर ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म। माई सेल्फ इंजीनियर पीपी सर, योर फिजिक्स मेंटोर। चलिए बच्चों, आज के लेक्चर में अपन स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन। रादर वी कैन से दैट इन टुडेज लेक्चर वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट मोशन इन 2D, motion in 2D, or you can say motion in a plane, motion in a plane. So in this topic, if we talk about this 2D motion or motion in a plane, what does it mean? Let us say that this is our coordinate system. In this is x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So in previous unit or in previous lectures we have studied that if any particle travels along any axis, either it is x-axis, y-axis or z-axis, then motion is said to be rectilinear or straight line motion. So किसी भी एक coordinate के along अगर particle की motion होती है तो बच्चों that is rectilinear motion. But if I say that motion is along any two coordinates, motion is along any two coordinates, it means that contains a plane. Like this is xy plane, this is yz plane, or this is zx plane. So any two coordinates forms a plane, that's why it is known as motion in a plane. Like if we talk about examples of 2D motion, then we can say projectile motion. Projectile motion means for an example, if a footballer kicks a football, let us say कि भाई कोई फुटबॉलर था, उसने किसी फुटबॉल को ये यहां से किक किया, उसने यहां से उसने फुटबॉल को किक किया, तो इसका पाथ हो गया कुछ इस तरीके से, फुटबॉल ट्रेवल कर रही है और आगे चल के ये वापस से ग्राउंड पे आ रही है। तो देखिए, अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में भी जा रही है और हॉरिजॉन्टल डायरेक्शन में भी जा रही है, मींस वाई डायरेक्शन और एक्स डायरेक्शन दोनों को ये फॉलो कर रही है। इट मींस मोशन ऑफ दिस फुटबॉल इज सेड टू बी 2D मोशन. Similarly, if a batsman hits a cricketing ball with a bat, then if that shot is aerial, then motion of that ball is projectile, means 2D motion. So bachcho, that is also an example of 2D motion or motion in a plane. Simply we can say circular motion. Circular motion is also a part of 2D motion. सो इस तरीके से बच्चों हम डिस्कस करेंगे मोशन इन अ प्लेन और 2D मोशन में प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन एंड सर्कुलर मोशन. सो लेट अस स्टार्ट विथ प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन. सो वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट विथ प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन. In projectile motion, now we have discussed that what is projectile motion and how it occurs. So simply you have to keep in mind that if any object is thrown in upward direction with an acute angle, then motion is projectile. The motion of that particle is projectile. So let us discuss it with a diagram. Let us say this is xy plane, and from this reference point an object is thrown with an initial velocity u. Then path of this object becomes like this way. This is the path of that object. So this path represents projection, or you can say motion of this particle represents projectile motion, or we can say that motion of this particle is in a plane. It is traveling in y direction and in x direction also. So in this situation, we consider that this is a reference point. This is the initial velocity by which our object is thrown in xy plane, and we discuss here three quantities, or we can say three parameters which generally defines projectile motion. So these three parameters are, first of all, time of flight. So first parameter is time of flight. Now if we talk about second parameter, then it is maximum height, and third parameter is horizontal range. So projectile motion can be described based on three parameters: time of flight, maximum height, and horizontal range. Another thing we have to keep in mind that this projection should be with an acute angle. Acute means value of theta should be less than 90 degree. Theta should be less than 90 degree. If theta becomes equal to 90 degree, another thing, if theta becomes equal to 90 degree, then motion is along y-axis, then motion becomes rectilinear. Motion becomes rectilinear. Then in that situation, that is not 2D motion, it becomes 1D motion. So this is the general concept of projectile motion. So let us discuss one by one that how to calculate time of flight, how to calculate maximum height, and how to calculate horizontal range, and what type of questions are asked in our competitive section from these parameters. So our first parameter is time of flight. Time of flight. So now see, again it is represented by capital T. So what is time of flight? So time of flight is basically total time taken by the projectile during the projectile motion. Rather we can say that it is the total time taken. It is the total time taken by the projectile from point of projection to final point. तो बच्चों यहां से और यहां तक जब तक ये वापस ग्राउंड पे आता है, टोटल टाइम जितना लेगा दैट इज नोन एज टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट. So let us discuss this topic again. Let us say the particle is thrown by initial velocity u. This is the path of its motion. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Now see, first of all, components of this u. In x direction, its component becomes ux. Consider this angle is theta, which is acute angle. So its horizontal component becomes u cos theta or ux. Similarly, its vertical components become uy, and uy is equal to u sin theta. So this is the classification of initial velocity with respect to components in x direction and y direction. Similarly, if we talk about component of acceleration, so see, this particle is moving in xy plane. So when it goes in upward direction, then we calculate its acceleration with respect to gravity of earth. So keep in mind always that whenever any object is thrown in any vertical upward direction, then after attaining a certain direction, it comes towards the center of earth. It means earth pulls the objects towards its center. So gravity is always in downward direction and object is moving in upward. Then we consider that acceleration in y direction is minus g. So acceleration in y direction becomes negative of gravitational acceleration, and during the motion of this projectile in x direction, its velocity always remains constant. So we can say if velocity is constant in x direction, velocity remains constant. Velocity remains constant. So ax is equal to 0. So keep in mind while calculating the questions that acceleration in x direction is always 0 while acceleration in y direction is minus of g. So now time of flight. So see, this is the point when projectile attains maximum height in y direction. So this is the maximum height. Time taken by projectile to reach at maximum time is, let us consider, small t. Then time taken to reach from maximum height to again at ground is also equal to t. So this is the another concept. Keep in mind always that total time taken from ground to maximum point is small t, then total time taken from maximum height to again at ground will also be small t. तो बच्चों सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट यहाँ पर यही वाला आपको ध्यान रखना है, जितना टाइम ग्राउंड से टॉप पे मैक्सिमम हाइट पे जाने पे लगेगा उतना ही टाइम मैक्सिमम हाइट से अगेन ग्राउंड पे आने में लगेगा. सो टोटल टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट नाउ बिकम्स कैपिटल T इज इक्वल टू 2 इंटू स्मॉल टी. 2 into small t. Again, now if we calculate time of flight with respect to initial velocity and in respect of theta, then we have to use equations of motion. Equations of motion. So see, if we talk about xy plane or yz plane or zx plane, then simply use equations of motion in every coordinate in any direction in a certain direction, either in x axis or y axis, use separate relations. तो यहां पर बच्चों मैं इसके रिलेशंस की बात करता हूं. इन x डायरेक्शन all three equations are, let us say first equation is vx is equal to ux plus ay into t, ax into t. So this is the first equation of motion. Second equation is x is equal to uxt plus half axt square, and third equation is vx square is equal to ux square plus 2axx. So these three equations of motion are used in individual directions with individual accelerations and individual velocities. So here also, if we use second equation of motion in y direction, then we get value of capital T. Rather, we can use first equation. So if we use first equation of motion in y direction, Vy is equal to uy plus ayt. So here in case of this projectile motion, ay is equal to minus g, uy is u sin theta, or you can directly say uy. Finally, at maximum height, final velocity becomes 0. At maximum height, final velocity becomes 0. So vy 0. So from here we get t is equal to uy upon g. So t is equal to uy upon g, or you can say u sin theta upon g. So this is the time taken. This is time taken by projectile to reach at maximum height. At maximum height. So this is the relation for time period. Now if we have got the value of small t, then we can calculate time of flight. So capital T now equals to 2uy upon g, or you can say 2u sin theta upon g. So this is the relation you have to remember to solve the numericals based on time of flight. तो बच्चों ये तो हो गया टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट का रिलेशन. सिमिलरली डायग्राम आपको यही वाला बड़े अच्छे से समझना है. यहाँ पर इसी डायग्राम के यूटिलाइजेशन से आपको कैलकुलेट करनी है मैक्सिमम हाइट. तो मैक्सिमम हाइट, नाउ सी, इन केस ऑफ मैक्सिमम हाइट वी हैव डिस्कस्ड नाउ दैट particle attains this maximum height, and at this maximum height its final velocity in y direction becomes 0. It means in this situation vx is always equal to ux, and which is equal to u. So ये रिलेशन बच्चों यहां पर अपन बोल सकते हैं जो रिजल्टेंट वेलोसिटी है दैट इज इन x डायरेक्शन. सो calculate value of capital H. So its value is capital H is equal to uy square upon 2g. So this is the relation for maximum height in y direction. We used equation third to calculate this relation, because in y direction final velocity again becomes 0 and we have to calculate maximum height. So capital H is equal to uy square upon 2g. Or you can say that it is u square sin square theta. So u square sin square theta upon 2g is relation for maximum height. Similarly, if we calculate horizontal range, so what is horizontal range? It is represented by capital R. Horizontal range means distance traveled from here to here. This is horizontal range. It means horizontal distance traveled by the projectile in total time taken during its journey. So we can say that this is the total distance in x direction, total distance in x direction, or you can say in horizontal direction, in horizontal direction in time capital T. Means capital T is total time of journey. It is total time of journey. So we can say that capital R is equal to ux into capital T. Capital R is equal to ux into capital T. Capital T is time of flight. Place its value. So it is capital R is equal to ux into 2uy upon g, or you can say 2ux uy upon g. If you place value of ux and uy, then you also get a relation r is equal to u square sine 2 theta upon g. So this is the relation for maximum range which you have to keep in mind to solve the questions. Now see, if we talk about maximum range, if range is maximum for this projectile, then sometimes you are asked that at what angle this object should be thrown in upward direction so that it attains maximum range. So in that situation, in case of maximum range, sine 2 theta should be maximum. Sine 2 theta should be maximum, and we always know that value of sine theta in case of maximum is +1. So sine 2 theta is equal to +1. It means we can say that 2 theta is equal to 90 degree or theta is 45 degree. It means if we throw any projectile with an angle of 45 degree with the horizontal or vertical, then it attains maximum range. Now range becomes maximum. So R maximum is equal to u square upon g. This is the relation of maximum range, and value of angle is 45 degree. So when range is maximum, then in that situation, what is the height of projectile? So in this situation, height is, so h is equal to u square sine square theta. So sine square 45 degree, value of sine 45 is 1 by root 2 and its square is 1 by 2. So it becomes u square upon 4g. So maximum height becomes equal to u square upon 4g and maximum range is u square upon g. So if we establish a relation in maximum range and maximum height, then we can say that maximum range is 4 times of maximum height attained by the projectile. So this is the relation that is asked directly in your MCQs. तो बच्चों ये रिलेशन डायरेक्टली आपके कॉम्पिटेटिव सेक्शन में MCQs में पूछ लिया जाता है. मैक्सिमम रेंज कितनी होगी? जितना ये टॉप हाइट अटेन करता है उसका 4 टाइम्स. नाउ सी another concept that you have to keep in mind, if any projectile is thrown by theta or 90 minus theta, then in both cases range remains same. बच्चों दोनों ही सिचुएशन में जो रेंज होगी प्रोजेक्टाइल की वो कैसी होगी? सेम होगी. तो ये कैसे? देखिए अभी हमने बात करी दैट रेंज क्या होती है यहां पर, प्रोपोर्शनल टू साइन 2 थीटा. प्रोपोर्शनल टू साइन 2 थीटा. एक बार थीटा लिया हमने तो साइन 2 थीटा हो गया. थीटा की जगह 90 माइनस थीटा रखा तो देखो बच्चों ये क्या हो गया, साइन 90 माइनस थीटा को 2 से मल्टीप्लाई किया तो ये हो गया 180 माइनस 2 थीटा. और बच्चों 180 माइनस 2 थीटा, 180 माइनस 2 थीटा कहां पर आ गया आपका? सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट में. 180 है तो देयर इज नो चेंज, सेकंड क्वाड्रेंट में साइन पॉजिटिव होता है, इट मींस इट इज ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल टू साइन 2 थीटा. सो इन बोथ द सिचुएशंस range becomes equal. So here r dash, let us say r dash, so r dash proportional to sine 180 minus 2 theta. So r upon r dash is equal to 1, or you can say r is equal to r dash, or r dash is equal to r. It means in both the situations range of the projectile will be same. Range of projectile will be same. So this is the another pattern of question that is directly asked in your competitive section. Now let us discuss a pattern of question. Let us say you are given that a projectile is thrown in upward direction with 10 meter per second velocity and angle is 30 degree. Then what is the range of the projectile? What is the range of projectile? ये बच्चों एक पैटर्न का क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर पूछ लिया. सो इस वाली सिचुएशन में क्या चीज ध्यान रखनी है आपको? रेंज पूछी है तो आपको निकालना है टाइम ऑफ फ्लाइट. रेंज के लिए सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट ध्यान रखो, इन एक्स डायरेक्शन वेलोसिटी रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट. In x direction velocity of projectile remains constant, so simply multiply velocity in x direction with time of flight. So you have to calculate time of flight, or rather you directly use relation u square sine 2 theta upon g. So now capital R 100 sin 60 की वैल्यू हो गई √3/2 एंड g हो गया बच्चों यहाँ पर 10. So range is 5√3 meter. 5√3 meter. So this is a simple pattern of question which can be asked, which can be asked in your competitive section, having similar pattern. Next pattern. Next pattern of question is, let us say that a person is standing here and it is firing bullets with a machine gun. This person is firing bullets with a machine gun, and maximum distance up to which bullets can be fired is 30 meter. Then what is the area covered by that person? What is the area covered by that person in firing the bullets? तो बच्चों क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया कि कोई पर्सन है या कोई आर्मी पर्सन है, जो भी है, मिलिट्री मैन है, उसके पास में मशीन गन है और वो मशीन गन से बुलेट्स फायर कर रहा है. एक प्लेस पे खड़ा हो गया. अब ये क्या कह रहा है कि भाई मैक्सिमम वो 30 मीटर की डिस्टेंस तक बुलेट्स को फायर कर सकता है. तो अब ये कह रहा है कि भाई वो अपने चारों तरफ बुलेट्स को फायर कर रहा है, तो कितना एरिया उसने कवर किया. सो अब देखिए यहाँ पे जैसे मेरे को ही देख लीजिए, आई एम अ पर्सन हु इज होल्डिंग अ मशीन गन एंड आई एम फायरिंग द बुलेट्स इन ऑल अराउंड मी. देन what is the area covered by those bullets in my surrounding? So in that situation path becomes circular. Path becomes circular and this distance 30 meter becomes its range. So it is the range which is equal to radius of this circular path. So area covered by the bullets, covered by bullets is A is equal to pi r square. This is the simple relation which you have to keep in mind. So pi r is 30 meter, so it is 900. So area is 900 pi meter square. So this is the another pattern of question. Now let us discuss next. Sometimes you are asked questions based on equation of projectile motion. So let us discuss equation of projectile motion. Equation of projectile motion. So see, equation of projectile motion is, now we have discussed that how is the path of this projectile this way. This is the maximum height h, this is range r, initial velocity u, this is the angle theta, and this is the time small t, maximum height to ground or ground to maximum height. So from here we can say that this relation is y is equal to x tan theta minus half gx square upon u square cos square theta. तो बच्चों एक तो जनरल रिलेशन होता है यहाँ पर इक्वेशन ऑफ यहाँ पर प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन का ये। तो यहाँ पर देखिए y जो है वो प्रोपोर्शनल है बच्चों यहाँ पर एक्स स्क्वायर के। सो y प्रोपोर्शनल टू एक्स स्क्वायर प्रोपोर्शनल टू y। ऐसी इक्वेशंस होती हैं आपकी पैराबोला की। किसकी इक्वेशन होती है? पैराबोला की। सो ये क्या हो गई? इक्वेशन ऑफ पैराबोला। So if you are asked that if a particle is thrown by an angle of 30 degree, then how is its path? So path कैसा होगा बच्चों इसका? parabolic. So 30 degree, 45 degree. If you see any angle which is less than 90 degree, then path of that particle becomes parabolic. It means parabolic path. So this is one pattern of this projectile motion equation. Second pattern is y is equal to, if we take common x tan theta, then this relation becomes 1 minus x upon r. So this relation is widely used in solving the questions. This question is widely used in solving the questions. So बच्चों यहाँ पर भी आपसे questions पूछ लेता है ये कई बार। चलिए जैसे क्या क्वेश्चन पूछ सकता है यहाँ पर। Let us say that a projectile is thrown from 0 0 and it reaches at point 2 meter, 3 meter, 2 meter, 3 meter। ये इस तरीके से हमें कोई क्वेश्चन दे दिया यहाँ पर कि यहाँ तक जा रहा है ये। प्रोजेक्टाइल को थ्रो कर दिया इसने थीटा इज इक्वल टू 45 डिग्री पे। 45 डिग्री पे बच्चों इसको थ्रो कर दिया और हमें क्या बोल दिया कि भाई ये जो प्रोजेक्टाइल है ये जो मैक्सिमम रेंज यहाँ पर लेता है, ये मैक्सिमम रेंज यहाँ पर आपको बोल दी 5 मीटर। maximum range is 5 meter. Then you are asked what is the value of initial velocity by which it is thrown. What is the value of initial velocity by which it is thrown? तो यहाँ पर इनिशियल पोजीशन दे दी आपको, फाइनल पोजीशन दे दी। ठीक है, इनिशियल वो पोजीशन, फाइनल पोजीशन दे दी, थीटा की वैल्यू यहाँ पर आपको दे दी और आपको रेंज दे दी। तो बच्चों यहाँ पर देखिए आप इस कैलकुलेशन को आप दो तरीके से कर सकते हो, इधर बाय यूजिंग y is equal to x tan theta into 1 minus x upon r. So in this situation all the parameters are given to us, or place value of r from here. Y is equal to x tan theta minus half gx square upon u square cos square theta. So in this situation initially 0 0 not of use, finally 2 meter, 3 meter. So you are given value of x and y. Value of x and y. Place value of x and y here. You are given value of theta and you are given value of r. So you can calculate from here velocity u. It may be that you are not given value of r, then also you can calculate this pattern of question. तो यहां से बच्चों ये पैटर्न का क्वेश्चन बन गया। नेक्स्ट पैटर्न इन प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन, इन प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन keep in mind next pattern of questions which are asked kinetic energy conservation, or rather you can say energy conservation. You can say energy conservation. And second pattern of questions are asked based on momentum conservation. So I am discussing concept of momentum conservation here in detail. So let us say, let us discuss in next slide. Let us say our particle is thrown by initial velocity u and its path becomes like this. This is maximum height, this is angle theta, and this is reference point 0, this is reference point 0, and you have to calculate change in momentum in x direction and y direction. कोई भी पैटर्न का क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछा जा सकता है यहाँ पर. सो लेट अस से in x direction its component of velocity is ux and in y direction its component of velocity becomes uy. So I am considering two conditions, initial and final. Initial and final. So I am discussing momentum and kinetic energy both together. So initial, let us say momentum is px in x direction. So px is, let us say particle is of mass m. So m into ux, and py is m into uy. So net momentum, let us say it is pi. So pi is in vector form, it is pi vector is equal to m into ux I cap plus m into uy j cap. So this is the initial momentum of projectile. This is the initial momentum of projectile. Similarly, if I talk about initial kinetic energy, then its initial kinetic energy in x direction, let us say it is kx. So kx is equal to half m ux square and ky is equal to half m uy square. Now see, energy is a scalar quantity, so we cannot write kinetic energy in form of vector like momentum. So this is kx, ky. Now simply leave them here. Finally, let us say that particle reaches at a certain point. Let us say it reaches at point A. Particle reaches at point A, where velocities becomes Vx and Vy. So at point A, let us say velocity of particles becomes Vx and Vy. Another important thing I have discussed earlier, that in x direction velocity always remains constant. It means Vx is always equal to Ux. Vx में कोई variation नहीं होगा. So this is the final relation. Now see, final momentum in x direction, let us say it is p dash x. It is p dash x. So p dash x is equal to m into vx. Point A पे velocity क्या consider करी vx, but it is equal to ux. So let us say it is m into ux. Now final momentum in y direction, so it becomes m into vy. ठीक है? So it is simple concept. Net momentum, or we can say total final momentum in vector form, so it is equal to p dash x I cap. किस तरीके से लिख सकता हूं इसको? p dash x I cap plus p dash y j cap, or you can place their values m into ux I cap plus m into vy j cap. So this is the relation of final momentum. Now final kinetic energy in x direction, so k dash x is equal to half m vx square, and value of vx is equal to ux, so half m ux square. Similarly k dash y, so k dash y is half m vy square. So this is the concept of finding initial and final momentum and velocities. Now question is, what is difference, what is percentage difference, percentage change in momentum, percentage change in kinetic energy, and what is change in x direction, what is change in y direction? So let us discuss every part of question in detail. First part, change in momentum. So change in momentum, so one thing is in x direction, let us discuss it in detail. So in x direction it is del px is equal to p dash x minus px, means final minus initial momentum, and value of final and initial momentum we have calculated from here. This is pi in x direction. So it is px initial momentum and this is p dash x final momentum. So from here see, initial momentum is mux, final momentum is mux. It means change in momentum is 0. So in x direction there is no change in momentum. In x direction there is no change in momentum. Similarly in y direction, del py, so del py again is equal to p dash y minus py. So p dash y is m into vy minus py is m into uy. So this is the change in momentum in y direction. ठीक है बच्चों, वेक्टर फॉर्म में पूछ ले सो वी कैन यूज j cap. If you have to calculate net change in momentum, then P is equal to PF minus PI. PF is equal to PF minus PI. So see, values of PF and PI. PF is MUX I cap plus MVY J cap and PI is MUX I cap plus MUY J cap. Use this relation. So MUX I cap plus MVY J cap minus MUX I cap minus MUY J cap. So this is the relation of final change, or you can say net change in momentum. So from here MUX cancel out, or net change del P is equal to, what is its value, M into Vy minus Uy J cap. So this is the final relation of change in momentum. You can calculate its magnitude also. तो बच्चों यहां से आप इसका मैग्नीट्यूड भी निकाल सकते हो. मैग्नीट्यूड भी क्या हो जाएगा, वेक्टर हट जाएगा यहां पर मैग्नीट्यूड के लिए. सो मोड ऑफ डेल पी वेक्टर क्या हो गया यहां पर, एम वी वाई माइनस एम यू वाई. So this is the final relation of change in momentum. परसेंटेज चेंज भी आपसे पूछ सकता है, व्हाट इज परसेंटेज चेंज. तो परसेंटेज चेंज के लिए देखिए क्या रिलेशन यूज करोगे आप. परसेंटेज चेंज, तो परसेंटेज चेंज हो गया मोड ऑफ डेल पी डिवाइडेड बाई पी आई. इनिशियल मोमेंटम के रेस्पेक्ट में आप रिलेशन यूज करोगे इनटू 100 एंड योर इनिशियल मोमेंटम इज MUX I कैप माइनस MU प्लस MUY J कैप. तो यहां से आप रिलेशन यूज करके और बच्चों निकाल सकते हो चेंज इन मोमेंटम. सिमिलरली नेक्स्ट पैटर्न आपसे क्या पूछ सकता है यहां पर, चेंज इन काइनेटिक एनर्जी. चेंज इन काइनेटिक एनर्जी. तो अगेन सेम पैटर्न in x direction. So in x direction we use del kx is equal to, so बच्चों क्या रिलेशन यूज कर देंगे यहां पर हम, k dash x minus kx. K dash x is final kinetic energy and kx is initial kinetic energy. So it is half m ux square minus ux square and is 0. It means again there is no change in kinetic energy in x direction, because in x direction velocity remains constant. Again we will say that total change in kinetic energy will be in x direction. So k dash y minus ky is equal to half m vy square minus uy square. So this is the change in kinetic energy in y direction. Net change क्या हो गया बच्चों यहां पर, net change again del k is equal to del k x एंड del के y के रेस्पेक्ट में अपन निकालें तो ये क्या आ गया, हाफ m, x डायरेक्शन में तो 0, तो जितना y डायरेक्शन में है वही क्या हो गया आपका नेट चेंज हो गया यहां पर. परसेंटेज चेंज पूछ ले तो इनिशियल के रेस्पेक्ट में निकलेगी परसेंटेज चेंज यहां पर. तो परसेंटेज चेंज क्या हो गया, डेल के अपॉन के into 100, or you can say Ki, initial kinetic energy. So what is initial kinetic energy? Half m vy square minus uy square. दिस इज नेट चेंज हो गया. इनिशियल काइनेटिक एनर्जी क्या है बच्चों यहाँ पर? हाफ m ux स्क्वायर प्लस हाफ m uy स्क्वायर. दिस इज इनिशियल काइनेटिक एनर्जी. तो यहाँ से हाफ एम कैंसिल आउट हो गया और परसेंटेज चेंज के लिए आपने इंटू 100 कर दिया. तो ये रिलेशन क्या हो गया? वी वाई स्क्वायर माइनस यू वाई स्क्वायर डिवाइडेड बाई यू एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस यू वाई स्क्वायर इंटू 100. तो दिस इज द रिलेशन फॉर परसेंटेज चेंज इन काइनेटिक एनर्जी. तो बच्चों ये था आपका प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन. प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन पे किस पैटर्न के क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछे जाते हैं वो पैटर्न अपन ने डिस्कस किए. बच्चों नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में अपन बात करेंगे कि किस तरीके से किसी हाइट से जब किसी पार्टिकल को हम थ्रो करते हैं डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन में तो प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन वहां पर होती है. उस पर बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आपसे पूछे जाते हैं और पैटर्न ऑफ क्वेश्चंस जो प्रीवियस एग्जाम्स में आपसे पूछे गए वो अपन डिस्कस करेंगे हमारे नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में. सो दैट्स इट फॉर टुडे. बच्चों आज के लिए इतना ही. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग टुडेज वीडियो. लेट अस मीट इन नेक्स्ट लेक्चर.